But where she's come and the limited amount of practice that she's had this year it's really remarkable. She's by far our best defender. When she's on the floor, we are 10 times the defensive team than what we are with any other 5 out there. And it's just heart and guts with her. And with the basketball in her hands, she's a really good playmaker. But you know, she's just a joy to coach, and I'm glad she's healthy for the year. Peyton Humpel, everybody's pretty familiar with her as well. Played a lot of minutes for us last year. Had a great game, 2 games this weekend. Shot the ball really well. 2 things that she didn't do at all last year. You guys saw Friday and Saturday. One, she got to the free throw line. She shot 6 free throws on the year last year, or was it 8? Doesn't really 8. Okay, it doesn't really matter when you play 26 games. That's not nearly enough. And she shot free throws, and she also got to the rim. You know, last year she was just kind of a catch and shoot type kid, but with her athleticism, she's capable of a lot more. And she worked hard at it. And to her credit, she got to the rim a couple of times, and she got to the free throw line. And that's only going to make obviously her better as a player, but us better as a team. Devin, again, Joel and I were talking this morning, and this kid is just playing with a ton of confidence right now. You know, she is out there to every post move she makes right now. There's some purpose behind it. And if you guys saw her play this weekend, you could tell that as well. You know, Devin's just, her mindset right now is she's going to have the most fun she can have in her senior year, and she's certainly doing that right now. She is playing at a very high level for us right now, and I'm excited to watch her play the rest of the year. Megan Rohr, much like Alexis Long, well, she didn't play at our Utah State game. She hadn't practiced. She got in 9 practices before this weekend, and you know, really you wouldn't tell. I could tell a little bit. You know, the game speed wasn't quite there for her. The physicality she wasn't quite ready for. But she was still Megan Rohr, and scored a bunch of points for us. Made a few threes. Got to the free throw line, rebounded well. Megan too has really improved this year. Again, just like the rest of our kids, really excited to watch her play in the RMAC. Marissa Herkett, the potential of this young lady, it's really, it's sky high. She is so long and deceivingly athletic. She's going to be a really good player for us. You might have saw her shoot a 3 Saturday. She did shoot one, I believe, but she's an outstanding shooter, which I love. I love our post players shooting 3s. She knocks them down in practice all the time, but she's got really good skills in the block too. She's got a wonderful right-hand hook, left-hand hook. You know, just like Emily, she's kind of got those bandy legs right now, but once she gets stronger and learns to play on balance, I tell you what, she's going to be a really good player for us. I'm excited for her future. Stacy Hull, you know, you saw glimpses of Stacy last year. I believe she scored 15 points in our Chadron State game here, and basically won that game for us. Now you're going to see it night in and night out, because she's going to be our first post off the bench and playing a lot of minutes. You know, averaging double figures, reached the double figures both games this weekend, and you know, just a talented player. She's one of the smartest kids at basketball savvy-wise that we have on our team, and just when she's in the game on offense, our offense is better, just because she knows how to play, she knows how to score, she knows the right pass every time, and like the rest of our posts can really shoot it. You know, Tom Mann said it best. Stacy Hull is sneaky good, and you won't just see it this weekend, you'll see it all year. The young ladies we have coming in next year, really fired up about this group. You know, first and foremost, we signed 4 of them, which is, you know, very important. You know, the last 2 years we've had 13 on our roster, and that's just not enough. I'm tired of practicing with 13. Last year we had a guys practice squad. This year we brought back Mackenzie Kenny and found another young lady to help us out in practice. They're doing a phenomenal job for us, but we need depth, and we need more competition at some spots. And these 4 obviously do that for us. Anna Haugen comes from Fort Collins, Poudre High School. She's a 5'11" guard, kind of a do-it-all kid. You know, we fully expect her to play on the perimeter, but we can play her at the 4 as well. She can shoot it, she can go to the rim. Probably the best defensive player out of all those 4. You know, she's the kid. You'll watch a game and, oh, that's a good player. But then you look at the score, the box score afterwards, and you know she'll have 15 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, something like that. You know, she is just a stat-stuffing kid and does everything very, very well. Cooper Courtney is from the Kansas City area, 5'7", just a tremendous shooter. She's not just a catch-and-shoot kid. First time we evaluated her this summer, you know, first 2 shots she hits were catch and shoot. Then she comes off a ball screen and snipes down a 3. And then she comes off a stagger screen and hits a 3. And she hits a step back 3. And by that time, my mind was made up. And we had been recruiting her before, but my mind was made up that we were going to offer her a scholarship. She is just a big-time weapon. Anytime you can have a guard on the floor where you have to guard to 25 feet and you have to chase off screens, and every defender on the court knows where she's at, that you have to guard. It's a big-time weapon. She holds the high school or school record in her high schools for 7 threes and 8 in the game. Is already the leading scorer at her high school. Is the career leader in 3-pointers made at her high school. You know, just going into her senior year. So very, very happy about this young lady as well. Molly McCabe is from Mountain Vista High School in the Highlands Ranch area. I like our post to shoot. She's a phenomenal post player, but I also really like athletic posts. And I talked about Emily Vandergrift as being our best athlete. Well, you know, I don't want to put too high expectations on Molly right now, but she's a better athlete than Emily is. You know, running up and down, she's as fast as they come. And her high school coach lets her guard 1 through 5. Either the point guard, their best scoring guard, or either post. You know, that just speaks to volumes of how athletic she is, and you know, she scores in the block as well. So very excited about Molly, and just another post player for us that can step out and shoot and guard multiple positions. Sammy Stefik is another young lady, comes from Fort Collins. She is a true point guard, 5'11" point guard, really long, tremendous playmaker. I'm not sure how many assists she averaged for her high school team, but you know, just real basketball savvy, can make every pass, but yet can score at the same time. And you know, losing Lexi this year, you know, that was probably our biggest need to fill. Was that point guard spot, and we've got a really good one here. We beat a lot of schools on her, so it was a nice feather in our cap. But I'm very fired up about this group coming in right now. They make us better, and we filled some needs, and probably the biggest thing that we got some added depth there. So that's our squad for this year, and obviously the kids coming in. Briefly about last weekend, very happy with the way we played. Friday, we challenged the kids a little bit after Friday's game that we need to get better at the things that we didn't do so well, and we did that Saturday. You know, we guarded better on Saturday. We ran better motion offense. You know, we just got out and ran faster, and that's probably the biggest thing that we're different right now. If you would have seen us play our first 2 years and the way we're playing right now, we are scoring a ton of transition baskets, and that's a lot of fun. I love the pace that we're playing with. And that's the way that, frankly, we want to coach. You know, we want to put a lot of pressure on the defense, and I think a lot of people are taking notice of the way we're playing. All the kids were able to play both games. It was a really fun weekend for us, but you know, as happy as we were about those 2 wins, we're moving on. We got a big one tomorrow, University of Mary, a very good Division II team coming in from the Northern Sun. You know, they lost 2 last weekend, but they played 2 really good opponents at their place. So it's going to be a big challenge for us. You know, we gotta continue to get better at what we're doing. Mary has a young lady who's averaging 25 points a game, and if we don't pay attention to her, it's going to be a long night for us. So we're going to really have to lock in and defend her. But looking forward to the challenge. I know our kids are. They're very excited about the way they played, and they're excited about what we're doing right now. Before I hand it off to Coach Henry, I can see he's staring bullet holes through me right now. Any questions for me? Very good. Thank you guys. Appreciate you coming out.
And I am going to hand it off to Coach Henry, but you have one responsibility here. I have to leave early for a meeting, so you have to wrap this up after you're done. Can you handle that? Okay. Welcome up Hard Rock men's coach Jason.
All right, I'll try to be a little bit quicker than Ryan, which won't be too tough. So, just a real quick recap on the past weekend. We opened up as well. We did split. We had a tough one the second night. The first night against Johnson Wales went, I guess, as planned. We got to see a lot of our guys play. A lot of them in their first game. A lot of them in their first game in a long time. And then a lot of them that have been with us for a couple years that just really haven't played. And they're now in that role where they're juniors and seniors and getting an opportunity to play more minutes. So we're excited about what we saw. Came in the next night, needed to work on some things. Knew it was a big time transition team. You know, they're averaging 125 points a game and just got done beating Black Hill State and all these wonderful things that can't speak highly enough about them. And you know, they started out 5 for 5 from the 3-point line, and a lot of it was to do with us, you know, with transition and getting back, and yeah, they had to make the shot still, but we thought we could have done a better job, or should have done a better job of getting back and finding those guys and just talking, not just getting back, but talking. Sure enough, they hit them, and after that, it was uphill climb, you know, the rest of the way. So we started out well on the offensive side. We basically could score anytime we wanted to. Inside, especially with Connor, but Justin started out very well too, and did some good things. But you know, we're trading basically 3 points for 2 points, and it wasn't going very well when we're down 6, 8 points. And guys did a good job. Came back a number of different times, got it to 1 right before half, and that's kind of the biggest part for me. Yeah, we can fix the transition stuff. We can fix this. We can fix that. But we got to stay focused, and we got to make sure that we're finishing the halves. And that was one of the things that we just didn't do that first half. We cut it to 1 and have a chance to go up by 2, get another stop, have a chance to go up by 3 or 4, and end up going down by 4 at halftime instead. So, you know, things like that we got to shore up. We definitely can do it, but it's just a matter of coming ready to go and taking care of business to start with, so we don't get them that confidence in knocking down shots. But other than that, we're moving on too. We got a good team coming in that is 2-0. They went down to Dallas and played a couple games down there in the conference challenge stuff. Ended up winning both of them. Came back for I think a half a day on Monday, and now I think they're in the hills already. They're coming to practice now, so I don't know if they just don't go to school at University of Mary or what the deal is. But either way, they're excited about their basketball team, and we're going to have our hands full. A lot of the same guys back from last year. A lot of juniors and seniors that play a lot of minutes. But we're up for the challenge. Our guys are ready to go. You know, they're pretty disappointed that we didn't get 2 last weekend, but like we told them, we got to learn from it. We got to move on and take care of business, especially that we're at home again on Wednesday. Just real quick before I do get to our guys, and the wonderful picture that Brad took overlooking the city, which is pretty cool, Brad. Good job. Wasn't there. I was out at my daughter's basketball game. I think they're 3-0 right now too, so that's the records we'll go with, I guess, for my coaching. I don't know. But with our coaches, we do have a GA that's been with us now the last couple years, Derek Webb, and he's been doing a great job for us, working with the guys, getting a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff done, with a lot of paperwork and those kind of things. He's got a great opportunity moving forward. Now that he's done with school, and he'll be done with his graduate degree or his master's degree, and you know, we're going to miss him next year, but you know, got a bright future and going to do a lot of great things. Coach Glenn, that's been here in the 11 years that I've been the head coach here. Obviously, we wouldn't be the team that we've had the last number of years. You talk about guys that Sherry that works with the posts and then that kind of thing, and Coach Glenn works with our posts. When we've had Player of the Year and we've had some of our best players, naturally, I guess, for being an engineering school, we get some big guys. He comes in and he turns them into great players. So that's one of the things that we've been very proud of is those 2 guys working with our guys and developing them. And Ryan hit it right on the head. You get these freshmen in here, and it's almost comical at some point where you're just going, oh my gosh, is this kid ever going to be a player? And keep working, keep working, keep working. And by the time they're juniors and seniors, you're pretty excited. You know, that's what makes our jobs great. And these 2 guys do a super job of that, amongst other things. Okay, this is our teams. Our team for this year, just real quick, going through the different guys. First one, Eric Seabury, did a great job this past weekend. He's one of them I was talking about that didn't get a lot of time these last couple years. We've had some good point guards, done a lot of good things. His decision making has been average at best. This year he's came in and he's really concentrated on that. Does a great job. He's our best defender. He's got quick hands. Just can change the game on the defensive side, and now it's carried over to the offensive side, and he can get some things done there too. So we're excited for him, whether it's in the starting role, coming off the bench. He's fighting for a ton of playing time right now, and he's making us, going to make us a very good team, especially at that point guard spot. Jamal Taylor, you all that saw him play these last couple of weeks, and especially on Friday night, saw what he's capable of doing. Sure enough, he rolls his ankle, and I don't know if it bothered him too much or whatnot, and once adrenaline gets going and things in that second night, he was probably fine, but then he goes 2 for 12 or 3 for 10, whatever it was, and shots that he can knock down. So we expect big things, especially on the offensive side. Coach Glenn was in there today doing film breakdown with each of the individual guys, and that was one of the things that until they see it on film and get to see themselves in the positions that we keep hounding them about, especially on the defensive side, I think that'll really carry over and be good for him because he's got great anticipation. He's very athletic. He moves well. All those things on the defensive side. That as good as he is on offense, and that's definitely why we need him out there. I think he can do some things on the defensive side as well. As soon as he wants to try playing it, as a couple of our people have said, this kid can be pretty good at both ends of the floor. Another senior, Philip Shanelak. Most of you know Philip. He's been in our program now for 5 years. He came here, as we always tell a story with him, he's a Mr. Basketball of the state of North Dakota. Came here, and I didn't know if he'd ever be able to play for us. A big part of that was on the defensive side. Who knows? He scores 4,000, 3,000 points in his high school career, and all these crazy things on the offensive side. Couldn't guard me or save his life, and that's saying something right now. So it was nice that he came back his first year at semester time, and he made that commitment to the defensive side. Keeps getting better. He's one of our strongest guys, super athletic, all those things, a great leader for us. But sure enough, we need a lockdown guy on the defensive side, and he's the one to go to right now. So it's a great honor for him to be able to play both sides of the ball as well as he is right now. Jashawn Jackson's a returning point guard. He played a lot of minutes last year as a true freshman. We were planning on redshirting him last year. Kind of got thrown into the wolves and into the fire and really struggled. I wouldn't say really struggled, but just wasn't the player that we knew he could be to start the year. Got a ton of minutes. By the end of the year, he was very top-notch, very good point guard for us and even the teams that we were playing, and that's definitely carried over to this year. Now, he's definitely got some competition too, so he's getting better every day in practice with Eric Seabury pushing him, and even Anton and some of those other guys that can play the point. So it's kind of nice to see him grow and to see where he's at and be a leader of our team. Junior Stephen Yellowtail. Stephen wasn't with us last year. He actually so-called took a year off. Worried about his studies, getting after it in the classroom. He's a great student, and I don't know. I gave him crap because sure you don't get a 4.0, now you get mad. Now you got to take off basketball to make sure you get a 4.0 again. So he does it in the classroom. The best part for him is he came in the spring last year. He's a big time energy guy. He's a big time guy that just works his tail off. If you came onto his individual workout, you'd just be amazed. So that's what he brings to our team. He's been hurt now. He sprained his ankle pretty good. He just got out of his boot about a week ago, started practicing. Tried to throw him in for a couple minutes against Johnson and Wales, and just is not moving very well laterally. So it's going to be another couple weeks before he can go, but he definitely brings a different element in the practices. Evan Withrow is another guy we haven't had for 2 years. He's going to have hip surgery again this year. He's our best shooter by far, and I wouldn't say by far, but he's a very good shooter for us and knocked down some shots, but he won't be playing. He's going to be out this year again, and to be honest, I don't know. I was just talking to him the other day, and he's obviously frustrated, been out for 2 years now, and doesn't know if he'll be able to play and that kind of thing moving forward. So we're more worried about his future right now and getting that stuff taken care of. Junior Connor Koulis, I don't know what's going on with his hair. If you guys can let him know that it would be great to trim it up a little bit and that kind of thing. It's about that time again now that I start getting on him to get a haircut. But Either way, Connor, you know, if you're averaging a double-double and, you know, you get 20 points and 15 rebounds, one of those guys maybe got to look the other way if he wants to have a little bit of floppy hair and look like Justin Bieber. But whatever the deal is, you know, he's a great player for us. We're excited to have him into our program. We're excited for our fans to have an opportunity to come out and watch a young man like him play. He works his tail off. You know, he's not overly athletic. He's pretty skilled. Like we always say, he plays old man basketball, but he absolutely gets it done. And he's just a tremendous young man to have on and off the floor. And we're looking for big things this year to continue averaging that double-double and hopefully be an all-conference kid for us. Joe Newkirk's finally a guy that hopefully if you guys saw him here this weekend, know what that kid's capable of doing. You know, he came in and redshirted for us. He's 6'9", super athletic post guy, and he can just change a game on both ends of the floor. And he's been hurt these last couple of years, hurt to start the year again, got ran over in South Dakota State. We thought we might have lost him for a year. Got his MRIs, got his things, you know, everything taken care of. Coach McGill, like we've talked about, just doing a great job with our guys as well, and strengthening the core and doing some things with him. And he's almost back to full strength already after you know, 2 weeks ago thinking he wasn't going to be able to even play this year. So we're excited about him. Definitely on the defensive side, and then just the rebounding side for what we're looking for, and a special young man that's 6'9", like I said, super athletic. Brian Orr has a chance to be another guy, in my mind, an all-conference type player. Whether it's this year, down the road, he's only a sophomore. He played a lot of minutes last year as a freshman, but he can absolutely score the ball. Now, I say that, and he goes 1 for 6 and 1 for 7 from the three-point line. We really could have used his scoring this last game, but not a worry of mine whatsoever. I see him every day in practice. He knocks down those shots that just rattle in and out against, especially presentation, that we needed. You know, we're running sets for him. He's done a much better job. He had limited time last year at times when we get different lineups that we're playing against, and he just had to go out and guard guys that were just more physically stronger than him, or you know, athletic, that kind of thing. And it wasn't really the case. It was just a matter of, okay, there's two ends of the floor, and he's done a much better job now the second half of the year last year than going into this year, just getting ready to guard those guys, because he's a guy that we have to have on the floor on the offensive side, especially against a team like we played with Presentation, where you got to keep scoring with them. I mean, your defense can be as good as, you know, we went back and watched the film and we thought we were all right in the quarter court defense, and we weren't bad at all, you know, but hit some shots, we got to go down and hit some shots, and he's a guy that can definitely do that for us. Wenzel Sterling's another one. We had high expectations for him this year. He redshirted last year. Big, strong guy. Absolutely changed the game on the defensive side. Can score at all three levels. You know, hit shots with guys in his face. All those wonderful things that he can do. And he caught his thumb on a jersey in practice and tore up his thumb on a shooting hand. Is probably out for the year. So, you know, just goofy things like that you go from a guy that's potentially fighting for starting spots to sitting on the bench for the second year in a row, and he's figured things out. You come off that redshirt year, got a lot to, you know, get done.